So there you are, that is our fantastic creamy Parmesan crusted chicken. We got broccoli and a nice cream Parmesan sauce. Look how soft, tender, moist that chicken is. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef Aronec. Today a nice straightforward in the oven, no cook really, you just chuck it in there and it comes out cooked. All we do is make a sauce. I've got a couple of chicken breasts here, look, skinless and boneless. We are going to make a creamy Parmesan crusted chicken with broccoli, and the broccoli is going to have a little sprinkle of Parmesan over. We're going to make a nice sort of garlic cream Parmesan sauce to go with it. It's all Parmo, so the most expensive thing on here is probably Parmesan. There you go. Let's crack on and do it, come on. So we'll do the chicken breast in a second. Let's just dress up this broccoli. This broccoli has been chopped up, look. I've actually got the big florets and I've diced up or battened up the stalk, because we eat the stalk on broccoli. Now to dress the broccoli up is very simple. We're going in there with some olive oil, salt and pepper. Now you can season it with something else if you so wish, that's up to you. But this is going to be enough. You know, the salt's going to draw out some of that moisture. Pepper, always good with something like this as a straightforward seasoning. You can see, like I say, you can season it with anything. Give it a chuck round in there so that everything has a little splash of oil on, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Put that to one side. On with the crust. That is breadcrumbs. That is Parmesan cheese. Want to go in there with some parsley. Now you can put any herbs in here actually. You can put oregano in if you so wish. In there, a little bit of garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Give that a good mix up. Right, that is our flavoured breadcrumbs that we're going to use. Now we're going to do a little sneaky one on this. We actually want, well we don't want, but I'm doing, we're putting in a little bit of butter. And we're going to give that a mix in. And that means some of those breadcrumbs are going to be buttered up. That is absolutely superb. That's our flavoured breadcrumbs. Right, in here I have 1 tablespoon of mayo, and we are going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard to that. And we're going to give it a stir up. We're going to put this on our chicken. Make sure your oven's on 200 degrees. Our chicken, come on. Now you can delicately brush this stuff over your chicken, or you can get it on like this, flip your chicken over and put some on the other side. It's up to you. Either way, we want that on there. So obviously this is going to bring a little bit of creaminess from the mayo and a bit of sourness from the Dijon mustard. Okay, so now we've got completely soaked wet hands. Dry hand, crusty breadcrumbs on there. Now the thing is with these breadcrumbs, because we're going to the trouble of using Parmesan in the breadcrumbs, we need to use them all up. That is the expense on here. So try and use them all up. Okay. So that's our Parmesan crusted breadcrumbs on our chicken. Take a tray, take the chicken breast onto there, like that. So we got that on there. Right, in here I've got a little tad of melted butter. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil and it's only a little bit, look. We're going to give that a little quick stir of, and we're going on there. Got a few more of those little breadcrumbs on there, look. Off this tray. That should stick to that butter, we reckon. Now I'm going to bung this in the oven for 10 minutes. Start the chicken off 10 minutes, I'll bring it out and I'm going to put the broccoli round and I'm going to chuck it back in for about 20 minutes. In it goes. Okay, when you've had 10 minutes, that comes out of there. Okay, what we're doing is taking our broccoli, we're putting it round the chicken like that, and we're going to just put a little sprinkling of Parmesan on there. It's nice and straightforward. So you just take a little bit of Parmesan and you put it on your broccoli, and then we whack this back in the oven. I'm just going to put it on. I've got it in my hand. I'll have some on that chicken, come on. Of course we will, making Parmesan chicken. That'll do. Right, back in the oven. So that's in there. We want to be in there for about 25 minutes, somewhere around about there. 20-25 minutes. Just check your broccoli, we don't want to burn it. But you know, you want to have a little bit of crunch, but you'll be able to stick a fork in. Okay, whilst that's baking away in there, we might as well knock up a quick Parmesan sauce, a creamy sauce. So in there with some butter. Now sauces like this are very, very quick. They're very handy to know, easy to do. You know, and sometimes a little bit of sauce really makes a meal, you know. Because if not, if you think about that, it's going to have moist chicken, cooked broccoli. But you know, it's not going to have a gravy, is it? So a sauce or a gravy, very nice. In there with our garlic. Now it's a nice steady one. No super duper high flame. Melt the butter and about 30 seconds on that garlic. Just take out the rawness of the garlic. In there with your stock. Now this is a very, very quick sauce. I'm going in there with a little bit of pepper. I'm not using salt. I'm not using salt because we actually use chicken stock cube to make this, and the chicken stock cube carries salt, and we're going to put Parmesan in here, so we definitely don't need any salt. So turn your flame down, and in there with some cream. As much cream as you want. It's as easy as that, really. You want a nice creamy Parmesan sauce, put more cream in. So just bring it back up to temperature, nice and steady. No rush on this one. There's never a rush, to be honest. In there, a little bit of nutmeg. Nice and steady, bring that in. And then we want to be going in there with your Parmesan. Bring that in nice and gently, and it will thicken slightly. And obviously you're in control to how thick you want your sauce. So you've got this lovely little white sauce going on there. We chuck in a little bit of parsley for a little green fleck, and we just thicken it up. There you go. We'll have a beautiful, beautiful sauce. Just in there with a little bit of that lemon juice. Give it a little bit of brightness. And that is it. That is a fantastic little Parmesan sauce there. Easy, isn't it? A little pan sauce comes together like that. Okay, when you've done enough time on there, let's get that out. Okay, they look absolutely superb. Let's get it served up, come on. Now you obviously serve it with potatoes, anything you want. On there, some sauce. On there, crispy chicken breast. Look at that. And of course we want some of that roasted broccoli on there. Get on there and take some of that crustiness off the tray. On there with a bit of Parmesan. Just a little bit, you know, just to flick it over. A little bit of parsley. And there you go. So there you are, that is our fantastic creamy Parmesan crusted chicken. We got broccoli and a nice cream Parmesan sauce. That is a fantastic easy dinner to put together. Roast potatoes, mash, carrots, anything like that. Superb. Come on, we're in. Thickest part of the chicken breast. Oh, let's just go through it, come on. Let's pull that apart. Look at that. Let's move that. Look how soft, tender, moist that chicken is. Come on, look at it, look at it, look at it. Oh yeah, Parmesan sauce. Oh, crikey me, that is good. That is absolutely stunning. That little bit of lemon freshness through that sauce. Ping. And we got our broccoli, look. Our broccoli's got just a little bit of firmness through that main stalk, look. Oh yeah. That is what I call a high-class meal. Simple to make. I mean, it looks a bit special, doesn't it? All that herb crustiness on that chicken breast. We've got a fantastic sauce. What a meal. So there you go. That's how easy it is to make an absolutely fantastic, delicious meal at home. Simple, not much cooking in there. You know, if you'd have made mashed potatoes or roast potatoes or anything, that's an extra, or just carrots or peas or whatever. Entirely up to you. Yes, if you don't like broccoli, you can do it with cauliflower. Of course you can. You know, it's the same type of vegetable if you like. So yes, you can. There you go. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make this. And if you do like what we're doing, a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and we'll catch you in the next video. That is absolutely flipping amazing.